सद्गुरु महाराज की, माधुरी सखी समेत प्रेमिका वृद ठाकुर जी की। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। ज्ञान वैराग्य संपूर्णान् हरिभक्ति परायणान् पूर्व आचार्यान् अहं वन्दे संप्रदाय प्रवर्तकान्। हरे रामेति कृष्णेति नाम संकीर्तनं सदा लोकक्षेमाय कुर्वन्तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे। कलये सुन्दराकारं सदैक प्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं मुरलीधरं मुरलीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिजनमोहनं व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेम भक्तमण्डल नित्य कीर्तितं प्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेषु अभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नाम संकीर्तनं यस्य सर्वपापप्रणाशनं प्रणामो दुःखशमनः तन्नमामि हरिं परं। श्री हरये नमः, श्री हरये नमः, श्री हरये नमः। सद्गुरु महाराज की। With the immense grace of our beloved Guru Maharaj Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, and by the costless mercy of Sri Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Premika Vrada Thakurji, we are enjoying some of the nectarine droplets in this great ocean of nectar called Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran. Srimad Bhagavatam is celebrated as Sakala Purana Madhye Swayam Prakashakam Sakala Purana Madhye Dinoda
Srimad Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam
Sakala Purana Madhye Swayam Prakashakam. It is self-effulgent like the sun amongst the other Puranas like the stars. The stars can actually twinkle only as long as the sun has not risen. And here our Sutta Pauranika very beautifully says in Srimad Bhagavatam, Aldam Pramanam, for our Swamiji's lovely verse, that during the time when Krishna Suri, that wonderful Surya called Bhagavan Sri Krishna, after this 125 years of his wonderful Leela, when he decided to go back to Goloka, he did not forsake the world. And our Sutta Pauranika says, Purana Arka had risen again, which means without a break, people were taken care. either by the Parabrahma Rupam of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Vamshi Vibhushidakarat, Navanidadhabat, or in form of Shabda Brahma Rupam, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. Arka means sun. So our Sutta Pauranika says, as soon as our Bhagavan Sri Krishna's lovely form decided to go back to where it came from, it took another form of a Suryan. It took another form of a sun called Srimad Bhagavatam. Suryan is Swayam Prakasham. And so our Swamiji says that Srimad Bhagavatam needs the support of no other Purana. Swayam, it is showing all the Yes Shruti Saram Ekam, and it is also a Svanubhavam. And that is the reason why he is saying this Srimad Bhagavatam is Swayam Prakashakam. And what does it do? Dinodharana Pratitacharitam. It is actually Dina Uddharana. It completely elevates. It completely emancipates. It completely uplifts all Dinas. Dinana, even people who have no background of Krishna Bhakti, even if they listen to Srimad Bhagavatam once, Dinodharana Pratitacharitam Srimad Bhagavatam. How does it do it? How does Srimad Bhagavatam Swayam independently, out on its own accord, how can it uplift people, emancipate people? How can it elevate people? Even people who have absolutely no background, absolutely having no prior knowledge or prior vasana, even those people, Bhagavatam has the power to uplift. How? Just like how Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who was Kubja? Kubja was only a lady who was serving Kamsa. She was the one who used to collect all the chandan and give to Kamsa. She had one darshan of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, never heard about Krishna before. One darshan of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Bhagavan's kripa was Paripurna Mahanarna. Likewise, there are Mahatmas who became Mahatmas who had no prior exposure to Krishna Bhakti, etc. And once they heard Bhagavatam, and immediately they were elevated. How? Srimad Bhagavatam Swayam Harire. Just what all power Bhagavan Sri Krishna had, Mahima, the Kripa, the Madhuryam, and the wonderful Leela of Bhagavan. Everything Bhagavatam independently has all those. That's why when Bhagavatam is heard by a Shrota, Bhagavan feels bound to enter and purify that Shrota so that he is fit to receive Bhakti, Jnanam, Vairagya. Just what happens when you do Krishna Darshanam, you immediately get Jnanam. Na? When you have Sakshatkaram. Sakshatkaram comes only when there is Jnanam. Na? Krishna Sakshatkaram is not for Ajnanis. Na? So just when the Sakshatkara happens, Bhagavan ensures at that instant Jnanam, Bhakti, Vairagyam to the person who is having that Sakshatkar, isn't it? Likewise, that is Parabrahma Rupa Krishnan. So Sakshatkaram, Darshanam there. Here, this is Shabda Brahma Rupa Krishnan. And so, shruNvatAm svakathAh krishNah puNyashravaNakIrtanah hrdyantahstho hyabhadrANi vidhunoti suhrtsatAm. Here the beauty is, our Bhagavatam, the moment somebody hears Srimad Bhagavatam, since Bhagavan Sri Krishna is no different from Bhagavatam, it is said, puNyashravaNakIrtanah. The moment he gets the punyam, the moment he gets the bhagyam, the moment he gets the actual fortune to listen to Bhagavatam, then what Bhagavan does is, because that Bhagavatam itself is a fortune, Bhagavan enters through the pores of his ears, enters straight into the heart, and then hrdyantahstho, he stays. It is said, hrdyantahstho mangalani. He enters into the heart, stays in the heart of the devotee, and then abhadrani vidhunoti. Whatever is abhadram, whatever is the papam, whatever is the vasanas, whatever are the ajnana, which is the darkness of ignorance hiding the real knowledge, this little Krishna enters into the heart and then completely cleanses them of all impurities, making them a ratna, making them a spatika, making them a wonderful flower, worthy of offering to the feet of Radha Krishna Yugal Sarkar. That is the beauty of Bhagavan Sri Krishna's kripa through the madhyam, through the medium of listening to Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana. Our Swamiji very beautifully narrates a story which happened in the 17th century in Shrivanam Vrindavana. Our Sri Anna has covered the devotee in Vaishnava Samhita also. The name of the devotee is Rasa Khan. The original name is Syed Ibrahim. He is basically from Afghanistan. And because he developed so much of Rasomaya Bhakti, because he developed so much Bhava Bhakti, people started calling him Rasa Khan Sahib Bunda. And he was respected as a great Krishna Bhakta amongst even the most orthodox in Shrivanam. And what actually happened to him, which made him become like that? Our Sri Anna sings, Nambikayuden Nadingai Nam Perumane Nambikayuden seek Bhagavan. With tremendous faith, seek Bhagavan. With tremendous thirst, seek Bhagavan. And with that faith and thirst, if you seek Bhagavan, immediately Bhagavan Sri Krishna will bestow his divine grace. But if we don't have that faith, only we will be enveloped in the darkness of ignorance. Nambad ponal Namakke Irul. Irul means darkness. Once we actually seek him with faith and thirst, Nambinal Vunde Avan Tiruvarul. If we seek with faith and thirst, we immediately get his immense grace. And to illustrate this point, our Sri Anna talks about this great Mahatma called Rasa Khan in Shrivanam. And he is included in the Pushti Marga Sampradaya of Shrivanam. Balagopalan Ajake. Balagopalan Ajake Vrindavanam Vande Rasa Khanu Pulambi Ajade Paramanai Tedi Patvitanandro Srinatani Ambikayudan Nadin. How did this Rasa Khan get this tremendous faith to actually seek and have Sakshatkara of Bhagavan? He was not from Sanatana Dharmana, yet he had this tremendous faith. How did he develop that faith? As Kapila Upakyanam says, Shraddha, Ruchi, Bhakti, Anukramishyati. How did we get the Shraddha, Ruchi and Bhakti in that order? He got it in an instant. How? Shravanam, shruNvatAm. svakathAh krishNah, shruNvatAm svakathAh krishNah. The moment he heard the story of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, immediately Shraddha, and he got Ruchi, and he got Bhakti Anugrah. Epadina Bhagyam. But as our Ramakrishna Paramsa says, Bhagavan is swatantran, independent. You can't bind him into rules, regulations, etc. Nobody knows who will get prema, when will that person get prema, everything he has in his hands. And he decided to do that Leela with this lovely Vyakti called Rasa Khan. And this Rasa Khan was basically from Afghanistan, settled in Delhi, extremely well-to-do diamond and gems merchant, you see. And he had friends all across the community. Many of these Vaishnavas who used to listen to Bhagavatam regularly were his clients. And he was a very shrewd businessman. He knew exactly where such set, we say, na, all these well-to-do people, where they actually congregate, he knows very well. And he used to always target the place where all these sets will congregate, because generally people will buy gems when there is a peer pressure, because it is more for a status symbol. Na? Nobody needs diamonds and pearls, isn't it? It is more a status symbol. So when there are some 5-6 people coming together, especially the well-to-do aristocratic, the sets come together, the Rasa Khan will take his entire box, Manjusha, of all these wonderful diamonds, pearls, etc. And in the earshot of others, he will say, Sethji, you would love this. I know you are a great Rasika. This has come just now from Gujarat. Such a fantastic gem, one of a kind. And you being such a great Rasika, and you being the lord of all Rasikas in this group, I am sure you would not say no to it. Arey, dam ki parwa mat kijiye. Don't worry about the dam. Just buy it. We'll talk about the dam later. And this fellow, because all the other friends will be looking at him, tremendous peer pressure. Of course. And so he won't go to people when they're alone. Only when they're in a company, he will show. And his tactics always worked, except that day. That was a Bhagavata Saptaha Mahamela. There was a Bhagavata Saptaha Mahamela, and there was this great Mahatma who was telling Bhagavatam with tremendous rasa and bhava. All the Sethjis were all in the first row now. They were all sitting and say, aha, aha, aha. And such was his Krishna Katha that the Sethjis were all completely drowned, immersed in that Amrita Pravah. And this Rasa Khan, Sayyid Ibrahim, thought, right place for me, because all the Sethjis are here. And right place for me to actually sell my gems. He brought the choicest of all gems, one most costliest. And slowly he came. People didn't even notice he came, because they were all immersed in Katha. When you are immersed in Katha, it will only. So since they were all immersed in Katha, this Rasa Khan came. And the one who was telling the Katha was surprised. What is this fellow doing here? Because he was not actually having what we call in Sanskritam as Vesha Bhushana of a Vaishnava. He came inside with a big box. And the one telling the Katha did not even mind that he was also immersed in Krishna Katha. And Bhakti Virakti Yuda Katha Solrar, Bhakta Shraddha Bhakti Yudan, they are listening to Katha. And this Rasa Khan was so surprised. How come they are all rooted to the one telling Katha? So slowly there was an empty seat in the small circle of Sethji sitting in the first row. So he also sat down. Generally in Srivanam those days, for such Sethjis who have requested for a Katha, they will have a nice tind, they will have a lovely cushion, they will be sitting. But it is all there only for their comfort for the few minutes. After the Katha starts, they will forget where Akash kahan hai or Dharti kahan hai, they won't know. So they were listening to that Katha so much. Rasa Khan came slowly. And then he said, Ratan said, shh, Ratan said, suniye na? Shh. That great person listening to Katha didn't want a distraction. So, shh. First time he was shushed like that. Na? Then he learned, Shravanam Bandradhanala shuntada. Then there was another person next to that. Hira sat in there. Hira Sethji, look at this. That the gems there was like, a rainbow's color was emanating away from that box. And this Rasa Khan, with all the Vesha Bhushana of his dharma, showed all that. Though we say, Chabi, the dal, the reflection of the diamonds was like capturing the eyes. But his heart was captured with the katana, so he was not even diverted. He said, Baad mein, later. And Rasa Khan thought, what is happening to all these people? They will drool at the sight of such gems here. Papata, they are not even turning to see the gems. Then he said, what is happening there? Let me listen. Idha Radha Devi Kripa. At that point of time, our Katha Vakta exactly used the language which would capture Rasa Khan. Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garuda Manihi
Lokya Rakshamani Gopilochana Chatakambudamani Saundarya Mudramani Yaha Kantamani Rukmini Ganakuchadvandika Bhushamani Shreyo Deva Shikamani Dishatuno Gopala Chudamani.
The moment he read Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garuda, he was not paying attention. Manihi. What gem is he talking about? Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garuda Manihi. That Bhagavan who holds the neck of Garuda and comes like a jewel carried by Garuda Bhagavan. Strailokya Rakshamanihi. The gem which actually protects all the three worlds. Gopi Lochana Chatakambudamanihi. That wonderful gem which captures the eyes of all the gopis. Saundarya Mudramanihi. That money which has the chapa of all loveliness. Then he said, which money is that? Is this diamond, topaz, emerald? What money is he talking about? He is talking about a Neela Manihi. He is talking about a blue diamond. He is talking about a precious gem which exudes this wonderful loveliness of blue color everywhere, giving joy everywhere. And he asked, which money is that? Gopala Chudamani. And the one telling the Katha says, Kannanai pol Devam Kandiro.
Kannanai pol Devam Kandiro. Avanitanil Kannanai pol Devam Kandiro. Avanitanil Kannanai pol Devam Kandiro.
Saying, have you ever seen such a wonderful jewel among all the Devam, which is Bhagavan Sri Krishna? Have you ever seen any other deity like Bhagavan Sri Krishna? Avanidanil, in this world or beyond? Then he says, oh, he's talking about Gopala Chudamani. And he started listening to what is this greatness of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Kada kekra Ram. Katrorkum kallarkum yetrade.
Katrorkum kallarkum yetrade. Matror Devam Nivankidagumo.
He is the Devam for all Pandits. Then Rasa Khan felt, I don't know anything at all. I have not read any Shastras. I don't belong to their community. So Krishna is for all the scholars in that community. Katrorkum. Then immediately, Kaldarkum yetra devam. Even if you are completely unlettered in the Shastras, he is the fit, apt Devam for you. Then he got interested. This Chudamani seems to be related to me. So let me listen. Let me look at the wonderful Saundaryam, beauty. And let me look at the Lakshanam of this wonderful money. And the Pauranika sang, Ajagum Karunayum
Ajagum Karunayum Anbum Palvum Gunamum Yelimayum Kutram Paratanmayum Gunamum Yelimayum Kutram Paratanmayum Namam Sonnamatirate Tannaye Megidum Namam Kannalai pol devam kandiro avanitanil
Gopalan Najagai Kete
Vrindavanam
Bala Gopalan Najagai Kete. Our Rasa Khan heard that this Gopala Chudamani is unparalleled in beauty. Nobody can come even close to our Gopala Chudamani's beauty. This wonderful Neela Bala's beauty, nobody can come close. He was very interested. Rasikardani. A person who enjoys the quality of all these gems, Anda Rasana, was enough for Bhagavan to channelize it to Krishna Bhakti Rasa. So, Ajagum, beauty na beauty, Saundarya Mudramanihi, and Karunayum, compassion. Such great compassion that Bhagavan is Trailokya Rakshamanihi, Ajagum, Karunayum, Anbu. So much love Bhagavan has. Gopi Lochana Chatakambudamanihi. And he has so much love that all the gopis, pure-hearted gopis, were attracted towards him. Panbum, excellent qualities. Such wonderful qualities. Gunamum, he was filled with such a lovely character. Nobody can come close to Krishna Gunam. Yelimayum Saulabhya. And our Bhagavan Sri Krishna is Saulabhya Sagar. That so much Lord of the universe. Saulabhya. Adudam pudichidam. Rasa Khan saw all these greatness, yes, so simple. Saulabhya. And the Pauranika said, does not matter where you were born, to what family you were born, which country you were born, which language you speak. Saulabhya. It is simple for everybody. Then Rasa Khan thought, Array, I had led a very wanton life before. I have led a very different life before. Will Bhagavan look at my defects? Kutram paratanmayum. He says, Bhagavan does not know to see any defects at all. Doesn't matter what your history is. Rasa Khan felt very happy. Then, how will I get him? Namam sonnamathirathil tanaye nalgidum. Once you chant his divine names, then immediately Bhagavan offers himself to you. Devamad devam yan devam. The moment Pauranika also is telling with tremendous bhava, all the sages are all shedding tears. Rasa Khan now became extremely restless. And then he stood up And then he asked, tell me, where can I find this Balama? Where this Gopala Chudamani? Where will he see? Where will I see him, Swami? Even I can see him. He stood up in the middle of this Bhagavata Katha. Imagine thousands of people listening with tremendous rapt attention, and this suddenly, this Rasa Khan stood up. Batao, kahan milega Shyam? He's asking that fellow who had absolutely no history, no achara, no shruti, nothing. He suddenly got that love. This is the mischief. And people who have been properly leading a life, doing properly ablutions thrice a day, and this Rasa Khan is standing up and asking that Pauranika, Batao, kahan milega Shyam? Where will I find that Shyam? And this Pauranika understood his real bhav. Very much. Then, but it was a pravachanam going on. Our pravachana karta, Pauranika said, Brindavana Gokula Sanchara, Brindavana Gokula Sanchara, Premika Bahuka Manohara, Premika Bahuka Manohara. This is the greatness that Damodaran, Gopala Chudamani is in Vrindavanam, is in Gokulam. This is Mathura. Hey, Sahib, go. You will find him. Go. Immediately, you know what happened? He just dropped the box of gems there. For him now, it is no longer important. There is this Utkrishta money out there. Who wants all this Prakrita money? Tuki pota. Wow. And then he did not see all these sets there. Started running like an intoxicated person, asking everybody. And here he beautifully showed the form of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And he showed how beautiful like a Neela Mani Jyoti is. And having a wonderful Bansuriya in his hand. And Vyatyastha Padam. But then the Pauranika said, he goes around Brindavana Gokula Sanchara. Our Rasa Khan had a wonderful golden shoes with him, it seems. Then he thought, this little boy, this lovely Neela Balan, he's going around in the forest of Brindavana and Gokula. There'll be a lot of thorns, there'll be a lot of stones. Gopi Bhavame. He felt, what will this really soft feet of my Krishna will be really hurt? So he took only that golden sandals with him to give it to Krishna, to tell Krishna, you wear this. And so he took that. Charan Paduka lekar sabse puch rahe hain Rasa Khan, batao kahan milega Shyam, batao kahan milega Shyam. Charan Paduka lekar sabse puch rahe Rasa Khan, batao kahan milega Shyam. And he went asking, Unmattavat Mahotsaha, like an intoxicated person with tremendous enthusiasm. Pradavan Yamunavane. He came running to the wonderful Brindavanam, which is in the banks of Yamunaji. Pradavan running, like one completely possessed. Krishna Grihitatma. Aprichanne Nikilan Bhaktani. He went and asked all these Bhaktas in Brindavanam Nale Bhakta Dane. Asked him, Neela Balaha Kvavartate, batao kahan milega Shyam. Aprichan Nikilan Bhaktan Neela Balaha Kvavartate. And then people said, which Neela Bala are you talking about? Because in Vrindavan, every child is named as Neela Bala and Krishnan Kanaya, Dhanapere. And he says, which Neela Bala are you talking about? He's saying, wo nanna sa balak hai, savali si surat hai. He's saying, wo nanna sa balak hai, kutti paiya, small boy, savali si surat hai, lovely, blooming lotus mari, like a bright sun, his face is. बाल घुंघराले उसके पहनता मोर मुकुट है, नयन उसके कजराए, हाथ नन्हे से प्यारे. He's saying Nayana, nice. His mother has put a lovely correlium. And Yashoda Maya is his mother's name. Haath nanne se pyare. Hands are all very small, beautiful. And what about his feet? Bande penjaniya pag mein, bade dil kash hai nazare. घायल कर देती है दिल को उसकी इस मुस्कान, कहाँ मिलेगा घनश्याम. He's going and asking that when you look at him, घायल कर देती है दिल को उसकी इस मुस्कान, कहाँ मिलेगा घनश्याम. Tell me where I can find it. And all these people thought he is completely unmatam. And so they finally thought, let him at least go and have darshan in the temple. They didn't want to disregard him, yet they could not actually tell him also. So finally they sent him to that Srinathji Mandir in Vrindavan. And that Srinathji Mandir was taken care by our Swami Vallabhacharyaji's Suputra, the divine son, Gosainji Maharaj in Peru, Vittalesha Gosainji Maharaj. So he went straight to there. And he with all this, with hand, he had golden padukas in his hand. And he was ready to run inside the temple. When all the devotees stopped him, he said, you can't go in. Don't go inside. You can't go in. He says, no. Once I want to see him now. I have a small job with him. I have to give him this golden padukas. Once I give him, I'll be happy. Allow me to see him once. Is this the Neela Bala's place? Yes, inside we have Neela Bala. Yes, Srinathji is there. And yes, under Narayan is there. But you can't go inside. You can't go like this. There are rules and regulations now. And then he understood, Arey, then what do I do? Then he thought, if this little boy is in the temple, at least to come out to play, he will come out sometime now. So in the corner of the steps under a tree, this Rasa Khan sat down without the eyes blinking, looking at the Dwar, looking at the gates of our Srinathji Mandir, hoping to catch a glimpse, just to catch a glimpse of this Neela Bala when he comes out for even a second. And he was saying, Srinath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Bhakta Priya Chakrapanye, Shri Padmanabha Achyuta Kaitabare Shri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare. நாமம் சொன்ன மாத்திரத்தில் தன்னையே நல்கிடும். Khan was saying, Karunam Kuru Goswamin Yavanogham tu Pamaraha Drashtumichami Tambalam Saundarya Rasavaridin. Karunam Kuru Goswamin. Those were the Goswamis who were outside in the temple, coming out and going in. Every now and then you'll fall at the feet of Goswamis. Karunam Kuru. Please have compassion on me. Yavanoham Pamaraha. I am just a common man. But then have some kripa on me, Goswamiji. Drashtumichami Tambalam. I want to see that Neela Balan inside. I want to see the Srinathji inside. Saundarya Rasavaridim. The one who is an ocean of beauty. I heard now. He is Sundara Balaka. And I want to see him. Nagamichami Samrajyam. I don't want anything else. I don't want the rulership of this world. Nagamichami Jivitam. I don't even want to live after seeing him. I am ready to give up my life for Krishna Darshanam. Ichami aham kevalam tu Sri Krishna Mukha Darshanam. All I want is to have the darshana of Bhagavan Sri Krishna's lovely face. Tadvina nishpalam janma, without having the glimpse, a darshan of Krishna's wonderful face, what is the point living? Nishpalam, my life is fruitless. Neela balasya darshanam, I won't have that Neela balas darshanam. Kshipram darshaya Goswamin name shantiriha Prabho. Hey Prabho, Goswamiji, I am not able to find any shanti at all in my heart. Please show me. Only if I see him, I can get that shanti. Mujhe na roko bhai, meri samjho majburi, sham se milne de do, bahut hai kaam zaruri. सीढ़ियों पे मंदिर के दाल करे अपना डेरा कभी तो घर के बागर शाम आएगा मेरा इसे मुझे ना रोको भाई don't stop me मेरी समझो मजबूरी अयो ये निलमे पुरिஞ்சுக்கோங்களே முடியலையே नमे शांतिर भविष्यति I am not able to have shanti I can't live without seeing him I'd like a fish out of water सीढ़ियों पे मंदिर के ढाल कर अपना ढेरा He just made those little steps which are outside the Srinathji's mandir as his home there. Kabhi to gar ke bagar sham aayega mera. At some point of time, from his house, this Neela Bala will come out, na? इंतजार कर तरते ही सुबह से हो गए शाम Waiting for that, right from morning, it became evening. No water, no food, nothing. He was waiting. Batao, kahan milega Sham? Please tell me when I will have Sham's darshan. And when all these Goswamis saw that this fellow is not going to give up, they all ran to Vitala and Goswami and told him, there is a person not from our community. But he is just sitting outside in the steps of the temple, crying all the day, saying, Ek bar, once. Ore Madhurageetham yen munnalva.
Muralidhara Muralidhara
When he started crying, just once, ek bar darshan. Once if I have our Neela Bala's darshan, I will never ask you again, please. Understand my difficulty, understand my majburi. Please show me. And when Vittalesha Goswami saw him, Vittalesha Goswami, Mahanilaya, he immediately saw how much a prema bhakta he was. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna is for any jiva, doesn't matter which background, which family, which community is from. Only Mahatmas can understand that. Immediately Vittalesha Goswami took him to Govinda Kund nearby and did snan for him. And did what is called as Brahma Sambandham. Just like in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, you have Pancha Samskaram. He blessed him with the Brahma Sambandh, ceremony. And he said, now you are actually ready to have our Srinathji's darshan. Even our Srinathji is waiting for you. Come. And then slowly took him from the Namadwaar of Srinathji temple. There was this lovely big veranda there. They crossed it, all marble arches. And inside there was this lovely Srinathji Sannidhi. It's called Haveli. And there was a small curtain which was put, but Srinathji could not wait to see him. Na? So immediately Vittala and Goswami opened the curtain and say, Rasa Khan, Dekho. Devam jaladhara shyamam divya pitambaravrutam karnanta dirganayanam lasanam bitamautikam kundala lankrita shrotram kasturi tilakojvalam amulya ratnavaranam ananta gunasagaram damodaram Dirgabhagum Manikinkini Manditam Mandasmita Mukambojam Govardhanadaram Prabhum Devam Jaladhara Shyamam. He immediately saw the Deva, wonderful Bhagavan Srinathji, who has the color of Gana Jaladhara Shyamam, like a newly formed Mega Shyamam. Divya Pitambaravrtam, Allah Dimuduman Irkakudia, wonderful dark luster of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, matching a jilly golden color Pitambaravrtam. Karnanta Dirganayan, if you see Srinathji, Karnanta Dirganayan, and the big wide eyes touching both the ears. Nasalambita Mautikam, wonderful little Mukuti. Mautika. Adi Srinathji ke ayak, inga Mukuti potundu. Kundala Lankrita Srotram, Bhagavana 2 years had wonderful kundalams there. Kasturi Tilakojvalam, in the wonderful temple of our Srinathji, there was wonderful Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Palake. Amulya Ratna Bharanam, Srinatha Jai. So he was having this most exquisite, precious jewels all over his body. Ananta Gunasagaram, limitless, wonderful gunas, ocean. Damodaram, Damodaran, Srinathji, in the stomach of Srinathji, you can have this look of this, the imprint of the rope which our Yashoda Maya tied him with. Dirga Bhagum, long hands. Long hands. Dirga Bhagum Mani Kinkini Manditam. He was wearing wonderful kinkini, Mani Kinkini Manditam. He was also wearing a lovely bells, etc. Mandas Aragana, smiling face, which captivates any heart. Govardhanadaram Prabhu. He saw Srinathji. Vilokya darshanananda paripurita lochanaha. When he looked at Srinathji with all his eyes, Utsarita karo bhakta premon matto nanartasa. Immediately, Rasa Khan raised his hands above his head, and with tremendous joy of darshananandam shown by a great Mahatma, Vittalesa Gosainji, he immediately raised both his hands and started singing and dancing. Ses Ganesh Mahesh Dinesh Suresh Hujagi Nirantar Gave Jagi Anadi Anant Akhand Ached Abed Subed Batave Narad Se Sukh Vyas Rahe Pachihari Taum Pun Par Na Pave Tagi Akhir Ki Chokhariya Chachiya Bari Chach Pe Nach Nachaye. He started dancing and he's saying Shesh, Ganesh, Mahesh, Dinesh, Vrajabashalya, Shala Saakidava. Shesh, even this great Anantanaga, Ganesha, Mahesha, Dinesha, Suresha, Jahi Nirantar Gave. Constantly they are singing this wonderful glories of this Srinathji. Who are all singing? Sesh, Ganesh, Mahesh, Dinesh, Suresh, Jahi, Nirantar Gave. Jahi, who is he? Anadi, one without a start. Anant, one without an end. Akhand, limitless. Ached, one who is continuous. One cannot be split. Abhyaktam. Abhed, he does not have a second at all. So, Vedamedya. Subhed Batave, all the divine Vedas, Bhagavatam talks like that. Rasa Khan ji, just by darshan yana undirthukku. அதுதான் Bhagavan has done to him. नारद से सुख व्यास रहे पचिहारे तब पुनि पार न पावे. They are writing his greatness. Narada says Sukh, Vyas, everybody is singing his greatness, but they can't see the shore of the ocean of his greatness. And that is Srinathji, what does he do? Tagi agir ki chohariya. All these cowherd rasas, unlettered little ladies of Vrindavanam, he is actually making the one who is praised by Sesh, Ganesh, Suresh, Dinesh, Suresh, everybody. And even Vyasa Bhagavan, Narada Bhagavan, Shuka Bhagavan, they all gave up trying to completely give the list of his greatness. And who is Anadi, Anant, Agad, Akhand, Ached? That Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Tagi agir ki chohariya. Chohariyana பொண்ணுங்கள்னு அர்த்தம். The பொண்டுங்கள்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி. All these little ladies of this Vraja, what they do? Chachiya bari chach pe naach nachavai. When the whole world is dancing to the tunes of Bhagavat Sankalpa, these cow herdresses, gopis, they just give him a little bit of chach. Chach, more. At least தயிர் பால் வெண்ணையாவது கொடுக்கலாம் இல்லையா? After taking the butter out, whatever remains, unfortunately is called buttermilk. It is actually unbuttered milk. Butter has already gone. That milk, which is chach, generally chach prayojanam illa. Namba da more nu kudikirom, more and more. But those people, chach, Bhagavan will stand before gopis and say, Maya, gopi, chach de do, mami, chach de do, அப்படிங்குமா. யாரு? சேஷ், கணேஷ், மகேஷ், தினேஷ், சுரேஷ் ஜாகி நிரந்தர காவை. That fellow is standing, our Neela Balan. So asking, pleading to mami, chach pilao, கொஞ்சம் சாச் கூட. Then mami will say, முஃப்ட் में नहीं दूंगा, சும்மாலாம் கொடுக்க மாட்டேன், நாச்சு நச்சாவோ, நாச்சோ. உன்னை ஆடுவான். தத்தின் தாம், தகதின் தாம், திகதின் தாம், தா தாமா, தத்தி தகதின தா அப்படிம்பா, தலாங்கு தகுதின தா அப்படிம்பா. உடனே இந்த போனா போறது கொஞ்சோன்னு கொடுப்பா. ஆச்சமனம், அச்சுதாய நம, அனந்தாய நம, கோவிந்தாய நம குடிச்சுட்டு அவருது ஏதோ அவரு நாச்சோ. இந்த குழந்தை பிரேமைக்கு அவ்வளவு கட்டுப்படுறான். Rasa Khan, he's saying that all this tagiya ki chohariya chachiya bhari chach pe naach nachavai ஆட விட்டானே அப்படின்னு ரசமா. Our Rasa Khan, just by listening to a katha, accidentally, he didn't go for Bhagavata Katha. He was not thinking, I have to go to the katha and I have to listen properly. Shraddha kekano, Krishna will be happy. He'll be onnum redhu. shruNvatAm svakathAm krishNah puNyashravaNakIrtanah. He just sat down amongst all the Vaishnavas and then listened to Bhagavatam for 10 minutes. And Krishna decided, இவ்வளவு தூரம் வந்திருக்காங்க, ஒருங்கையோட அனுப்பக்கூடாது. என்ன பண்ணா? ஒருங்கையோட துரத்தினான். You see. But Hridaya Bhar, he emptied his hand and filled his heart. He emptied his hand from worldly gems and filled his heart with choicest of 3 gems, Bhakti, Virakti and Jnana, you see. And he filled his heart with 3 gems, which comes from listening to Katha, which is Shraddha, Ruchi, Bhakti, Bhav. And he came running to Vrindavanam, and within a day, he attained Bhagavan. So Bhagavan's Leela apar, you see. And that is why Gopi said, na yadano charita leela karna piyusha viprute sakridadana vidhuta dvandva dharma vinashta. He dropped all his gems, adhana vidhut. And then sapadi gruha kutumbam dina mutsrijya dina bhagavaiha vihanka bhikshu charyam charanti. One of the most aristocratic diamond merchants, Ratna Vyapari, Anna bhikshu charyam charanti. Where? In Vrindavana. Why na? Adudha is the blessings of Krishna. Our Prabodhananda Saraswati Swami in his Vrindavana Mahatma says, Bhratas tishta tale tale vitapinam Grameshu Bhikshamata. Go and beg in the Grama. Which Gramam na? Any Gramams which is within the 84 kosas of Rajabhumi, go to the Grama. Go take Bhiksha and run away from the Gramam. Go back to Vrindavan. Go to a desolate, very isolated spot. Bhratastishta tale tale vitapinam Grameshu Bhikshamata. What do I do about water? Swachandam piba yamuna jalamalam. Chiram sukandam kuru. People will discard their clothes na Mahaprasadam. Ellam Rajavasi's clothes. Kandla uthindu potukonda. Don't try to work for your clothes. Don't try to work for your food. Don't try to work for the water. And be very careful. This is external dharma. Internal dharma na sammanam mati gora garalam. Nicha apamanam sudam. Consider people shaming you, insulting you as amritam. It will make you humble. And if anybody does sammanam, run away from that place. Poison. Radha Muralidhara bhajasada Vrindavanam matyaja. Bhikshu charyam charanti. Rasa Khan padams are incredible. Rasona rasa. I'll give example. This is called Buttermilk Fine. There he has written 5 songs which talks about how these gopis feed him buttermilk and make him dance like that. Dance who na? Such a great Lord of the universe is dancing. Na? That's what Bhagavan does. He completely is bound by the cords of love and affection. That's all is required. And he will dance to the tunes of all the devotees, it seems. All that he got only by shruNvatAm, svakathAm, krishNah-The, puNyashravaNakIrtanah. Enna punyathanala he heard, we don't know. What punya made him hear that, we don't know. But by listening, what all he was blessed, we know. First thing he understood is shraddha. He dropped all his riches there. He says, Alpa, enak andha mani venum. Gopala Chudamani. So he went in search of Gopala Chudamani. And the second, Adana Vairagya. Second, he understood the purpose of life is Krishna Darshana Jnana. And he ran. And then Bhakti, crying for Darshanam, having this tremendous bhava to have Krishna Darshana. And here very beautifully, our Bhagavatam, Krishna says, suhrtsatAm. SuhrtsatAm means the person, suhrutina enarthona. Satam, you all know. Satam, na? People who are all Sat Purushas. suhrtsatAm. People who are devotees. Devotees means one who happens to listen to Bhagavatam knowingly or unknowingly, devotee. Suhrutna in a Bhashyam of Madhusudana Saraswati Pada, Sridhara Pada is exactly Rasa Khan or Charitra to a person who may not be even acquainted with you, yet by stroke of fortune works for your welfare is a Suhruta. This Rasa Khan had no acquaintance of Bhagavan Sri Krishna before. He just heard Bhagavatam during that instant. Bhagavan did not say, Modalla Padaga Aprum Pathakren. Suhrut means no, absolutely no background. I'm seeing him for the first time, yet I go and do the welfare for that person. Suhrutna Adarthama. Second meaning of Suhrut means not being related in any other way to mandate somebody's welfare. So if there is a father, mother, na bandhu nu peru. Bandhu means there is a worldly attachment, there is a worldly bond there. So you are mandated to help. So you are helping because he is a relative. Na, adu vandu Suhrut kadayadu. Suhrut means no worldly connections at all, yet disinterestedly, without expecting anything in return, bestowing the welfare. Who does it? Na? Bhagavata Krishna does it, it seems. The moment this Bhagavata Krishna enters the pores of our ears and sits in our heart, immediately vidhunoti suhrtsatAm. Bhagavan Sri Krishnan, whom we do Tirumanjanam, Abhishek, etc., is actually cleaning the dirt inside the heart of a person who happens to listen to shruNvatAm, svakathAm, Krishna Katha Keta. If we listen to Krishna Katha, Bhagavan becomes extremely happy and slowly does all the cleaning. How do we know the papas are gone? Na? Our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nayanongalat Ashrudaraya Vadano Gadgadarudaya
vapuh kada
tava
tavanam
nama grahane
bhavishyati.
bhavishyati. When our ears start shedding tears of joy listening to Krishna Nama, Krishna Katha, Krishna Guna, Krishna Leela, then vidhunoti. Here Bhagavan has done his job of cleaning. Our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what is the sign that all the papa has been washed out? Na? It will manifest itself in form of bhakti lakshana. There are 10 lakshanas or 8 lakshanas, of which 3 are common to great bhaktas. And all the bhakti lakshanas are manifested only in avatara purushas and Radharani. So nayanam galadar shrudaraya, having tears of joy, our Rasa Khan, Katha ketta matrathula vandurtham. Tears of joy when he saw our Srinathji. Vadanam gadgada ruddhaya gira, choking of the throat. Pulakairnichitam vapuhu, horripilation. All these are the signs of vidhunoti, hrdyantahstho. Vidhunoti na enna artham? If we get these signs, understand that it is our Guru and Bhagavan sitting in our cart doing this cleansing. Namba edo bhaktana aitolna nenekka mudiyadhu. It is the kripa of Guru, kripa of Krishna, Thakurji, who enters into the heart and is doing this process inside, which results in we feeling a little bhav, maybe for a few seconds when we sing or listen or tell the stories of Bhagavan. That's why our Tulsidas Goswamiji says, Pulaka vatika bhag bhane sukha subihanga biharu mali sumanas anek jala sinchatalochana charu. He says, when people listen to the Hari Katha and they feel the thrill of joy, it represents the wonderful flower gardens. The joy, the horripilation is flowering. That flowers is like the flower gardens, which is in the banks of this Manasa lake, Ramacharitra Manasam dane. So that lake has this wonderful plants around it. So Pulaka Vatika Vagbane Sukha Subihanga Biharu. And when we get the joy inside, it is the chirpings of birds on the plants. And Mali Sumanasa Nekh Jala Sinchatalochana Char. For this joy of bhakti to sustain, for this flowering of the delight to sustain, you have to water it. Na? So for watering, you need a malina gardener. He's saying Sumanaha. The mind with love, blessed by Guru and Bhagavan, is the gardener. And with what does he water? Na? Sinchatalochana charu. When you get the tears of joy welling from your eyes, that is the water which waters this plant of the joy of divine love. Adha vidhunoti suhrtsatAm. And all this happens solely by Guru Kripa. All this happens solely by Krishna Kripa. So our Swamiji picked this wonderful sloka from Bhagavatam and he relishes that. And in that he talks about the greatness of listening to Katha from Mahatmas. It changes our life forever. Some of it can be very spashtam. Some happens subtly, you see. So the wonderful sloka of Bhagavatam, shruNvatAm svakathAm krishNah puNyashravaNakIrtanah hrdyantahstho hyabhadrANi vidhunoti suhrtsatAm. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
And that prayer song says, even if my love and desire for your darshan, even if it is false, why don't you make it true? உன்மீது உள்ள ஆசை பொய்யே ஆனாலும் அதை மெய்யென்று செய்திடுவாய் கண்ணான். And we'll sing that song. And for those who can't follow Tamil, I'll tell the meaning. And let us all pray to Bhagavan to make. எல்லாருக்கும் ஆசை இருக்கு. All of us have the desire to have Bhagavan Sri Krishna Darshan, no doubt about it. Only by Guru Krupa, the desire should be an all-engulfing desire. So that we don't desire for anything else. Like our Rasa Khan said, Naham ichami samrajya. Naham ichami jivitam. I don't want jivitam. I want just once the darshan of Krishna. Bhagyam. And whether we get it or not, it is a joy to pray for it now. And our Swamiji has very beautifully given us a Madhurageetham to pray for such a love, which applies to all of us also. So let us sing that song. Says, even if my desire for you asada, not bhakti, asa, to darshana icha, Krishna anubhava icha, even if that desire is not true, even it is to be untrue, Krishna, you have the capability and the compassion and also the relationship with me to make it true. Na? So why don't you make even my untrue desire for your darshan as true?
முள்ளமானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். குற்றமுள்ளவானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். பற்றுள்ளவானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். பற்றுள்ளவானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். ஆற்றலில்லாமானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். ஆற்றலில்லாமானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். காற்று போல அலையுது என் மனம் தானே. காற்று போல அலையுது என் மனம் தானே.
True that I am a person filled with all defects. குற்றமுள்ள மானுடன் நானே ஆவேன். I am the most defective ones. Humility. Prayer nale, without a naichana sandhanam, without looking at my defects and crying, what else can we do? And then he says, kutramulla manid. I have all defects in me, which is true. And I am extremely attached to everything in this world. It is also true. And I have absolutely no spiritual strength to overcome all this. That is also true. And my mind is moving here and there on its own accord like air. And I'm not able to catch the mind also. That is also true. And I truly want to desire for your darshan. That is also true. Even if my desire be untrue, make that also true. You see.
பரிதாபமில்லையோ பரிதவிக்கும் என்னிடம் பரிதாபமில்லையோ அறிவிலி என்னிடம் அனுதாபமில்லையோ அறிவிலி என்னிடம் அனுதாபமில்லையோ சறுக்கி விழும் என்னை சற்றே பாராய். சறுக்கி விழும் என்னை சற்றே பாராய். அறுதியிட்டு சொல்வேன் அடைக்கலம் நீரே. அறுதியிட்டு சொல்வேன் அடைக்கலம் நீரே. உன்மீதுள்ளாகை பொய்யே ஆனாலும் அதை மெய்யென செய்திடுவார்
Swamiji says, Krishna, won't you shower your compassion on me, who is suffering this way, not having any power to control my mind, having all the defects, all the attachments, mind running here and there like wind. Don't you have compassion on me? And பரிதவிக்கும் என்னிடம் பரிதாபம் இல்லையோ. and I am crying in front of your door, and I am eternally related to you as a child. Don't you have anutapa? Huh? And our Swamiji says, I swear upon everything on this world that you are my sole refuge. I don't rely on my power to control my mind, or somehow I'll find my way to you. I can't do all that. That I'm very clear. Only you, out of your infinite kripa, need to come and bless me with the true desire to see you. Adukapre you come. First give me desire. Let my desire, let my love towards you be made true. And only you can do that. I am powerless to do that. So he's saying, Arudhi to Kurigiren. I swear. I am clearly underlining, highlighting, and telling you that you are my sole refuge. So out of your kripa, elevate me. Out of your kripa, make my desire for you true. Even if I am singing this song for formality, make this song come true, because it is Vachanamritam of my Guru Maharaj. With that prayer, we will conclude today's satsang. Premambudam yo muralini nadehi Shri Krishna rupena puravarsha Adhyapi soyam Muralidharakyo Pushnati premna bhuvanam saharsham Sankirtite mahamantre Tatra virbhuya dakshanam Suprasanno bhavedyastam Premika varadam bhaje Yasya smarana matrena Jighvaya vardhate swayam Mahamantrastam bhajami Muralidhara desikam Mata pita tvamevasi Gurur bandhustvameva Aham yantro rishikesha Tvam yantri kila keshava Apachara sagasram me Manovakaya kalpitam Adhyanta karuna sindho Kshamasva purushottama Kayena vacha manasendriyairva Buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat Karomi adyat sakalam parasmi Narayanayeti samarpayami Nama sankirtanam yasya Sarva papa pranashanam Pranamo dukkha shamanaha Tannamami harim param Shri Haraye namaha Shri Haraye namaha Shri Haraye namaha Sadguru Maharaj ki Radhe Radhe